but we together created a petition. And in a matter of days, we had nearly 10,000 signatures from parents, athletes, coaches, medical professionals, just concerned citizens. It was really amazing that many people were able to sign this in just a short amount of time. So we had that, and then we also presented them with a legal demand letter, basically saying that if they don't stop discriminating on the basis of sex, there will be legal repercussions. And so we held a rally outside for nearly 2 hours. We sat there in the freezing cold wind. San Antonio is supposed to be warm, I thought, so none of us were prepared. And we spoke to an audience, to media, and to everyone. And so the NCAA came outside, and we were able to directly hand them the petition, to which we had no response. But I will say, Mark Emmert, who is the president of the NCAA now, he was there, of course, and so, which I want to add also, the reason we did this at this convention is because this is where they announced their 2023 NCAA Woman of the Year, which I was blessed to be nominated for. It's the highest collegiate honor for all female athletes, but it wasn't just women who were nominated for NCAA Woman of the Year, so was Leah Thomas. So that's why we did this here. But Mark Emmert, who's the president of the NCAA now, who allowed this to happen, who came out with a statement after Thomas won a national title saying he unequivocally stood in his decision, and it's based in evolving science, whatever that might mean, basically doubled down his stance. We saw him at the conference, to which he said, "I totally agree with you. I support you. I stand with you." And my jaw on the floor. It just shows the lack of accountability and the lack of leadership that this, and it's bigger than just the NCAA, this country has, all the way from the top of Joe Biden wanting to, and his administration wanting to rewrite Title IX. The lack of accountability is, I mean, it's mind-boggling. It's wild.
Has anybody in the NCAA had you in to interview you about this, or ask you questions, or do some fact-finding on, I mean, you two told a story the last time about when you started swimming. You know, I think you told the story, you started when you were really young. You were getting up early in the morning. I mean, you two have, all of you, you dedicated your life to this sport.
Yeah, in college, I mean, I swam 6 hours every single day. You swim 3 hours in the morning, you go to class all day, you go to the weight room, you come back to the pool, you swim 3 more hours, and it's like that for the past 15 years. I mean, I'm 22, so as long as, I mean, more than 15 years. I started swimming when I was 4. Of course, it wasn't as egregious when I was 4 years old, but it gets there quickly. No one has asked us how we felt. We exist to validate a male's identity. But the Ivy League, Leah Thomas's teammates, actually, when they were concerned about the locker room situation and they sent an email to the Ivy League and the NCAA, their response was, "Here are some counseling resources you should seek if you feel comfortable seeing male genitalia in your locker room." And then they were referred to the LGBTQ Education Center to educate themselves on the oppression that these athletes are dealing with. So no one within the NCAA is willing to acknowledge us, our feelings, our safety, our privacy. I've really tried. I feel like it's really only happened like the past couple weeks where I like get emotional talking about like the locker room scene, because it is just so wild that you can turn around and see a 6'4" biological man pull his pants down watching you undress, and no one is willing to stick up for you. It just, I've done a good job not getting emotional, but it just, I see what all is on the line. I see who fought for this. I am fortunate or hopeful one day that I'll be able to have little daughters, and I do not ever want to have to imagine them in a situation where they're faced with that. Oh,